Hi friends, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. So in our notes list app, we are able to see this all the code, right? If I try to refresh this page and if I click on the edit node, we are able to see this edit node, the label, placeholder, everything we have did it. And the cancel button is also working fine. Now, what is the concept we need to do? So we are clicking on this post with an ID of 1. We are able to get an ID 1 in the navigation router. But here we need to populate the node content. So that is the main thing, right? So here if you try to see our code, the node content we have made it as ref of empty. But we need to get the node content of that particular ID and we need to populate that node content in this VFN model. So that is the main thing what we have to do right now. So in order to get this one, where we need to get it? We need to get the nodes, entire thing is present in the node store and we need to get this particular node with a particular ID of ID1, something like that. We need to get it. So how we can do this one? How we can do this one is by using the getters property. Here we need to get the node, single node ID. So what can we do here? In order to get a single node, first we need to get the node ID. How we can get this node content? We need to write the getter function. By using the getter property, we can get the single node. For example, let's say that I will write it here at the top only. Constant get node content by ID, the property name which I am trying to use it, and here is equal to, it's a computer property. Okay, we are writing through the composition API, and here I will return, for the time being, I will return nodes dot value of 0 dot content. Okay, first content I am trying to, whether it will work or not, we'll see. So this is our getter property. How can we access this getter property in the node edit view? So exactly, first we need to import the node store. Here we have imported, and here we need to call nodes store is equal to use node store. So that's it. Now we need to get the content. Node content is equal to, here you can write nodes store dot get node content by ID. Okay, that's it. Now for every time what we'll try to do, for the time being, we have written that we need to get only the first node. So why? Because we are taking only the first content. Let's see whether it is populating or not. We try to see if I refresh this page here. Here I am able to, I am not getting anything. Why? Because so here we have added get node content by, right? We need to return that one. So always we need to use it in the return functionality. Now if I try to refresh this page, here we will be able to see the first node. So that means, so successfully we have added, we are able to get the node content. But here the problem is, if I click on the cancel, if I click on the second node, then also we are able to see the first node. So this should not happen. So what it should happen is, all the time we need to get the node content of that particular ID. So from where we can get this ID? So here in the navigation. Normally in the template, if you want to access this one in the edit node view, you want to access the template in the template. So how can you write here $route dot params dot id? Now if you try to see here whatever id2, so this is the route param id, and if I try to click on this one, here I'm able to get the param id. But in the JavaScript, if you want to access this one, how can I get it? So here we need to import the use route composable. So this is our use route composable, and if you want to get that id, you need to do console.log. Okay, and here we will be able to have, right, console.log route.params. So in order to get that particular id, we need to use .id. So this .id, how I am trying to use it is in the main.js. If you try to see in the router index.js, we are using the placeholder. This one is id. So whatever the name we are using it here, automatically directly we need to use it here. They don't. So now if you try to see the output, so I am able to get this ID1. If I go back and if I try with an edit, I am able to get an ID2. Now this route param ID, we need to pass it to this one, get node content by ID. We need to get that particular content which is having that particular ID, right? So how can I get it? So here I can do something like route.params.id. So we can use now route.params.id. If I try to refresh this page, So immediately we got an error. Why? Because get node content by id is not a function. Yes, it's not a function. Getter is itself is a property. It's not a function. If you try to see here, get node content by id, it's a computer property, not a method. So in order to make this one as a method, we already discussed in the Pinia store when we are trying to discuss about the getters functionality. So what we need to do is we need to return a method instead of a value. Here we will be returning a method. This is the method, and here you will be getting the ID. Now if you try to see console.id, console.log of ID, okay, getter ID, and if I try to print this ID, all the time whenever you are trying with call like this, so we are able to get the ID. So here we will try. Here I am able to see getter ID ID2, and if I go back and if I click on this one, getter ID ID1. So now we are able to pass the current dynamic root param ID to the getter functionality. Now what we need to, we need to filter over this nodes array, and we need to send the content. How can I send it? So here nodes, otherwise you can write return nodes dot value dot find of node. Okay, you will get single node, and you can write node dot id is equal to id. So now we are looping over the nodes value, each node we are taking, and we are checking that which node is having an id equal to the argument id. So we are trying to see like this. And now we need to send only the node content, right? So what I can do here, I can use the dot node content. That's it. Now if you try to see the output, so now we have a getter function which returns a function. And if you try to see the output, here refresh this page. Now invalid model string value expected. Oh, yes. So what is the problem? Dot node content only, right? Everything is looking fine. See, let's go back here. Let's refresh this page again. Okay, let's on this one. Valid prop model value. Okay, issue. So what could be the issue here? If you try to see, we are trying to find the data node.id is equal to id dot node content only. Content is equal to content. Okay. We should not use the node content. We should use the content. The property name, the key name is content, right? So I'm trying to use the node content, the variable name. Okay, now I hope that it will work. Yeah, here I'm able to get the first node. If I go back and if I click on the second node, I'm able to get the second node. If I go here and I will write something here, and if I try to click on this one, see, I'm able to get it. So this is how, so we will be populating the in the edit functionality the particular data node content in the text area using the getter property from the Pinia store. So this is all about how we will be doing. What I will try to do is I will commit this all the code in a new video 86. Okay, get a new branch it add getter node content. So whoever is will be having the doubts and all those things, the code which I am trying to write for this project, if you have any doubts and all those things, so you can refer to the GitHub repository link that is given below. So the GitHub repo link will be provided in every video in the description below. You can take a look at it. This is the video. So this is the GitHub repository URL, and here these are the branches. Which video you are trying to see, you can go to that particular branch video and you can see the code. Hope you understood about this concept. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.